you probably have never heard of, nor do you care. The commissioner of the Big 12, he is, I'm going to brag about him and then point out how hard this guy's trying to spin. Because he's working on it pretty hard. His name is Brett Yormark. In an industry full of bureaucratic stiffs, this guy is good at what he does. He really is. He's been working to save the Big 12 post-Oklahoma-Texas divorce. And I think he's done it. And he's pulled it off. And I think most of us, with good reason, thought the league was dead. But I'm going to mostly give all the credit to Brett Yormark because the league should have died. There was, and it mattered. I mean, Texas Tech fans, Kansas State fans, I mean, there's a lot of fans. You were, without this guy, I think you were about to be Radio Shack. And he had worked like crazy. Not only is he saved, in my opinion, saved the Big 12 in the short term, I think he quite possibly may have saved it for the long term. As the Pac-12 dies off, this guy has done a masterful job of positioning the Big 12 to gobble up the rest. And hard work, brains, strategy. He just said, okay, you're going to leave. The sugar daddy's leaving. We got to find a way. And he did it. He pulled it off. So now the Pac-12, to use sort of strip mall comparisons, the Pac-12 is Radio Shack. It's Radio Shack, it's Sears, it's Blockbuster, it's all of that. That's the Pac-12. So what's the Big 12? Because the Big 12 is going to be left. The Big 12, I was ready to tell you the day that Texas decided, the sugar daddy decided to leave, I thought, in fact, I even made the comment, well, that's it for football at Texas Tech. That's it for football at TCU. You're done. The money, you can't find the money. This guy scrambled. This guy innovated. This guy just outworked everybody else in the college football space and saved the league and made it pretty good without Texas and Oklahoma. So the Pac-12 is Radio Shack. The Pac-12 is Blockbuster. So that makes the Big 12 Ace Hardware. Okay. Help me out here, but I'm going to go with Ace Hardware for now. Right? They should be dead. How did Ace Hardware make it? I don't know. When you look up, you would say, man, what is Ace Hardware doing here? How'd you guys make it? How'd you make it, and yet you're still doing okay? Still got the red aprons. You're still around. The Big 12 was Ace Hardware. The Big 12 should have died. Texas left and didn't care. Go ahead and die. And this commissioner, I think, did a masterful job of saving the league and in the process saving Ace Hardware. Can the Big 12 go from Ace Hardware to Target? I don't think so. But he made them Ace Hardware, so they still have a red apron, and they're still in business with name tags. It's pretty impressive. It really is. On the way out, though, and I don't blame him for this at all, he has taken some subtle shots at Oklahoma and Texas. He should. But he's also trying to sell a lie. And I think it'd be cool. He won't do it, hasn't done it. Maybe not right now is not the best time, but I don't think it'd be terrible. I don't think anyone would blame the guy if he trashed him, made fun of him, said, get out of here. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Instead, he's trying to spin some stories. So here you go. Here's what's reported now. Speaking of reporters, at the Big 12 Media Day, Yormark said the early departures of OU and Texas to the SEC in 2024, a year earlier than initially announced, is a, quote, win-win for all parties. Settle down, okay? Now, that's not a win for you. But he did, just to argue how smart this guy has been, what a good CEO he has been. For all the laziness of the Pac-12, this guy's just the opposite. So he scrambled to save the league, and he scrambled to make the Texas exit as profitable for the league as possible. I mean, he could have curled up in a ball and cried and said, our sugar daddy left, we've got nothing. Instead, he did just the opposite, and he did make their exit as financially tolerable as possible. Going so far as to say it's a win-win, that's a little much. Keep your red apron there at Ace Hardware. They were red aprons, right? Am I thinking of the right place? I think so. I've got a great partnership with the folks at Texas and Oklahoma, he says. I don't know why you would. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for us. We brought closure to an issue that was highly discussed this time last year. I'm happy we did. Okay, listen, no, you're not. Life would be better if you had the revenue, if you had the deep pockets of Texas, and we all know it. But nice try. Nice try. Listen, he says, Oklahoma and Texas have great identity. They're national brands. They're a big part of the history of this conference. But like I said last year, this conference is bigger than any two schools. We're in a great place. You know what? Because of you, I don't know about a great place, you've survived. No one thought the conference was bigger than Texas and Oklahoma. No one thought it. A lot of people don't even think it now. He saved the league. He saved the league. He scrambled. You can't replace Texas. You're not going to find that kind of money. But he scrambled to the best he could. He scrambled so much, he got this critical mass of schools that at least get a TV contract. He kept them in business for a while longer. He kept Ace Hardware from being Radio Shack. He kept Ace Hardware from being Blockbuster. He says they've added BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati, and Houston, and I think the league is well positioned to add. They should add the Arizona schools, and they should do it sooner rather than later. Add Colorado. Hurry up, Ace Hardware. Like Ace Hardware, what's between Ace Hardware and something else? I'm very proud that I'm not very good at hardware. In fact, I can't fix anything. What's the step up? What's slightly larger than Ace Hardware? They're going to be that. They're not going to be Lowe's yet, but they're on their way to being Lowe's. Yormark has repeatedly stated that the Big 12 is open for business and has hinted at further expansion of the conference. Good idea. He says, we do have a plan, and hopefully we can execute that plan sooner rather than later. I love the composition of this conference right now. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, what you want and what I believe this guy will do, because he's proven to be smart, he's proven to be innovative, he's exactly what 95% of the college football industry doesn't have. He's not a complete stiff. He can't be happy with where they are now. When the divorce is final and Oklahoma and Texas leave, he needs to replace them with some eyeballs. And I think he will. There's no way he's happy where the Big 12 is now. But he can make it a bigger Ace Hardware by adding Arizona school, gobbling up anybody that's left. Just go get them. Just say, listen, if you stay in that strip mall, you're going to be Radio Shack. Over here, we're outside. I don't know where Ace Hardware is. We're outside the strip malls. Come this way, Colorado. He's good at what he does. He's proven all of us that predicted the death of the Big 12. He's proven us wrong. And not only are they surviving short term, they're going to matter for years to come. Radio Shack is dead on the West Coast. He did anything but that.